In this video, I'm going to do a berry look using mixing colors. So here's the colors that we're going to be using. This is the crystalline. This is for the highlights. Blossom is going to be just for the top part of the lid. And then I know I need to get some more of this, don't I? This is rose gold for the lid, this part of the lid. And then I'm going to be mixing these three colors together. Now, I can't remember the name of this one, but this is the Perfect palette. And it has a mirror. I'm not going to show you because you'll just see everything. So it has this nice little indentation for your finger. And I can pull that pan right out. It's magnetic. And it says on the back, it's Sweet Plum. And then we have the Merlot, which could work by itself as a berry color, but it's kind of just a really dark purple. And then there's black. We're going to use the teeniest little bit of black. This has a little bit more red in it, and it just makes it more of a deeper berry color. And then this is going to make it even deeper. And then I've got the Rogue Rose blush and the glazed highlighter, which you could also use the crystalline for your face highlighter. I'm going to be using this for the eye highlighter. And you might hear my phone make little noises because I am waiting for a phone call. So anyway, I have already primed my face. I've done my eyebrows. I've done the concealer under my eyes, maybe gotten a little too much. I'm not under my eyes, under my eyebrows. And then I've done primer on my face. So now I'm ready to take the all-over brush that I've just cleaned. And I'm thinking about getting another one of these and have one that's just for the lighter colors and one that's for the darker colors. So I'm going to go in with the Blossom, which looks almost white in the pan, but it goes on. It has a very distinct pink, very light pink look. Almost a little bit on the purpley side. And that could be because I was using this with the Merlot before, which I shouldn't have done, and I should have washed it. And we do have the brush cleaner, and I think I heard that they're discontinuing this. So this is a good thing to use to clean your brushes between uses or between colors. So you don't get any accidents happening where you've got, like, you go to put on a light color and it's dark. And then if you want to just do a deep clean of your brushes, use Dawn. And depending on how long it's been since you cleaned them deeply, you might use a lot of Dawn. And you can just get all the color out and it dries like new. Okay, so then I'm actually going to use the same brush. And I'm going to go into the rose gold. I actually had an outfit that this matches pretty well. It's a sweater that I've had for several years. Sorry, it was looking like that I had like spotlight turned on. Like every time I turned, the camera turned or something. I was going crazy. Okay, so I'm going to do the rose gold on each eyelid. This is such a pretty color, and the combination of these colors is so good for green eyes. I am going to be putting just a little bit, I'll go back and do it over here, into the lid. I did a video that was kind of like the reverse of this look, where it was like the smoky look with the darker color on the eyelid. Okay, and if you got somewhere that it doesn't belong, you can just wipe it off. And if it's a dark color that you got somewhere that it doesn't belong, like if it fell down here, you can use the eye makeup remover and a Q-tip to get that off. Okay, so now for the dark fun part, I'm going to go in with this angled brush. And I'm going to blow it off first to get any other color that doesn't belong on there. 3 little taps on the Merlot and 2 on the other one, the lighter one. And then I'm going to just do this. So I am basically blending these colors without like blending them separately. Now that looks okay by itself, but it just depends on how dark you want to go. But I want to show you how to use the black as a like a mixing color or a control kind of color, and not like a, either you could do a black like where your eyelid was completely black for like an evening type look, or if it was more like a goth kind of thing, which I don't know if the goths are using Mary Kay, but interesting notion. So I kind of had always, I don't know what the right word is, but like I remember the first time I bought black eyeshadow thinking, you don't need black eyeshadow, but I mean you can really use it to make a sophisticated look. But when I did this, I was trying this earlier, I used this same brush to get some of the black, and it just completely overpowered the whole thing, and it was like all black. So I need a smaller brush. So the only one that I have, and it's a little splayed out, but this is from this is the eye brush. What is it called exactly? The eyebrow eyeliner brush. So this is supposed to be for eyeliner, but I'm going to use it for eyeshadow. See how teeny that brush is, and it's messed up looking, but just the tiniest little tap on the black. Just barely touch it. And see how that kind of, you can just lay it down with this brush, and then we're going to blend it with the other one. Just the tiniest little bit. Because we don't want it to show up black, we want it to show up just making this color darker. I should have done it on one eye and just to see what the comparison is. It's looking very dark, much darker in the mirror than it is on the camera. I don't know if you can tell. I think I maybe got more black on this eye than I did on the other one. So we'll see what that does. So I'm blending it well, and it does look good in the mirror. It looks very dark. I think my light is washing me out. I'm going to try to change the lighting a little bit. I don't know if you can tell in that lighting that it looks darker. But I have to have it right so I can see what I'm doing. Once you hit 40, you can't see very well anymore. Okay, so then let's just do the face, and then I might go back in with some eyeliner. Okay, so I'm going to be using this as my foundation. We do have a foundation quiz on the website that is pretty accurate. This is what it matched me with N140. My director told me I was N140 just by looking at my picture. I hope to get that good at helping people someday once I've been doing this longer. What am I looking for? Oh, I wanted to go ahead and do the color corrector. Notice that that is in the same kind of container as the concealer. I can tell them apart because the color corrector is a little bit darker. And there might be a light and a dark color corrector. There's not many options for this, for the color corrector. So where do I need color correcting? Under my eyes a little bit, and you can put on as much or as little of this as you want. depending on what you want to cover up. Some dark spots. I've got a lot of darkness over there. Dark spots that I'm working on lightening with that niacinamide and ferulic acid brightener. And I think it's helping, but I had to cut back on the number of drops I was using because I was itchy. So here's a little tip. If you get, I don't know about the other brighteners, but that one in particular, if it makes you itchy, don't just assume that you're just flat out allergic to it. It says to use 6 to 8 drops. I cut back to 3 and been using that for the last several weeks. No itching. And just went up to 4 for the last few days. No itching. So I can imagine that it would take longer. Look at that. This is all gone. At least in the camera. I mean, you might be able to tell in real life, but look how much better that looks. All that darkness I just completely obliterated. And I am blending with the Color Correct. What is this called? The liquid color blush. Wait a minute. It's so faded I can't see it anymore. The cream color brush. This is the cream color brush, and I'm using it for any time that I'm using something liquid that needs to go in a small space. So like the concealer or the color corrector, this would be ineffective to use this for foundation, but I mean you could, especially if you wanted to put a little dab of foundation in a little small area. So then for the foundation, I'm going to use this brush, which I have washed with the it was all messed up, like it wasn't even effective at all anymore, and I cleaned it with Dawn, and it's back, like it's like new. So it just smells like Dawn though. So I'm going to take some of this, and you can put as much or as little of this as you want. I'll maybe put that much, and then we'll see, that might be a little too much for half of my face. And it looks a little light when you first put it on, but blends in. And so I was using the stippling to get it on my skin, and now I'm using the circular motions to blend it in. It's a really soft brush. Can you tell that that I put anything on here just now? It looks very, very, very much like my skin. Now I've gotten something in my eye. Oh well. Put some more on here for the other side. One way you can tell if it's the right color is if you don't put any on your neck and you don't look like you're wearing a mask. Now, for my forehead, this brush is a little too big for my particular forehead. I don't know if you've heard me say this before. I feel like I have a 3-head. So I love this blending brush. I'm just going to put a little bit, enough for my forehead on here. It has so many bristles on it. And it fits in this little spot. Gosh, my forehead is sore. I've been having migraines for the last few days, and I'm trying to like drain my sinuses by pressing on them, and now it's left my forehead sore. That may not have been enough product on there. We'll put some more. So I can get up in here good, up and around my widow's peak and into my temples without messing up my eyebrows. And then I can go up alongside my eyebrow and do that. Can't do that with the other brush. Between the cream color brush and this one, those two are my favorite brushes that we have. They're, well, I don't know about the cream color brush. You can get that in just about any brand, but this one, I had never seen a brush like this before. I don't know if anybody else is selling a brush like this. It is so nice to get in little tiny areas and blend. Okay. Oh, I didn't do my highlighter on my eyes, so I'm going to do that in a minute. I guess I'll do all the highlighting at once. I actually forgot about it, but I was noticing that my eyes need to be blended. So now I'm going to use the cheek color brush. And I'm going to go in. Now the Rogue Rose goes on really strong. It can be a very intense color. So I'm just going to get a couple of taps of that. And that's going to be probably enough just to kind of give me some color without being overpowering. And then you could use whatever you want for a highlighter. You don't have to use a highlighter. And there are probably more modern ways of applying blush. This is how I do it. So then I'm going to use the tip of this. Let me show you. The angled part to go into, and be careful that you don't get it in the black. I've done that before. Not with the black, but with the... See, I'm just putting this on the... above where the blush went. One time I had, I think it was the highlighter, and it was next to a darker color. I don't remember which darker color it was. And I accidentally picked up some of the darker color on here, and it went where it's supposed to be lighter. Do a little bit on my nose. Yep, had to do that part over again. Now, let me think. I need to blend. Before I blend, I'm going to go in with the smudger brush. If I can get it out of the little holder. Go into the crystalline. And just go up under here. And in here, wherever you feel like you want it. Is that just my imagination? Is there some darker color in there? I don't know. I think it's just a shadow. Okay, now I'm going to use this. This is the blending brush to blend that all in. You know, I think I'm going to forego the eyeliner in this video just because I've shown you that before, and I just got a text that reminded me that I need to make an important phone call. So then I'm just going to go in with the powder. Now you can use the loose powder. In fact, I'm not sure where my loose powder is, so I'm using the pressed. Because it does look like my cheeks need to be blended, so that'll help with that. And I'll get that blended all around. You can see a difference between this side and this side. This side looks a little rough. This will just blend everything all together. And then just a few finishing touches here. We're going to do this is the Clear Brow Styling Gel, just to kind of put some finishing touches on the eyebrows. And I've mentioned it before. I think I saw a video that my director did where she used this before she did anything else, and then combed her eyebrows up high enough to like cut them. So at some point I might do that, but I just haven't done that yet. And then I'm going to go over them with this little spoolie again. Without trying to mess them up. My eyebrows never look the same at the end of the day. The Clear Brow Styling Gel does help with that, to keep them in place all day. Okay, and then, of course, we've got to have mascara. So I use the waterproof. I get emotional a lot. I cry watching movies and stuff like that. So I can't be wearing regular mascara. Oh, that's powder, I think. So this is the Lash Love Waterproof Mascara. And I believe it only comes in black. I could be wrong. Maybe it comes in brown too. We have all different kinds of mascara and I think what makes the difference in all of them is the brushes. We have mascaras for lengthening. We have mascaras for like fanning out your lashes and making them look really thick and big. We have one that could almost make you look like you're wearing false lashes. I will say that if you're going to do eyeliner, do it before you do your mascara. Otherwise, it's very difficult. I have never been successful putting on eyeliner after I've put on mascara. I mean, mascara is kind of like putting on hairspray on your eyelashes, and they're a little stiff afterwards, and then you try to put your eyeliner on and you can't get around to your eyelashes very easily. I am going to do 2 coats, but I'm going to do them like after I've done each eye, just so it doesn't get too caked on. Because it can get to the point where it doesn't look very good. And I think it really helps to make your lashes look good, to put on more after, just a little bit more after the one layer has dried, the one coat has dried. Because look at look at the difference in the 2 eyes. This is just 1 coat, and this is 2 coats. Now it depends on what kind of look you're going for also. If you wanted a more natural look, I would just do 1 coat. But if you wanted a more dramatic look, I would do 2. I mean, I suppose you could do more than 2 if you wanted. I don't think I've ever done more than 2. And then for lips, let's see, where did I put the lipstick? I had out a color I wanted to wear, because I don't really want to do a very dark lip with this eye color. So this is Rosewood. And I don't know if I've mentioned this on YouTube or not. I know I have in my VIP group on Facebook. I had been, since I started selling Mary Kay on a quest to replace a favorite Clinique lipstick, Bamboo Pink. And I think I found it. Not quite. I mean, this one is a tad more pinker. But it's pretty close. So that is it, and I'm just gonna top it off with some finishing spray. Again, when you use the finishing spray, you're gonna spray it and across and then an X, and you can go either way with, I mean not an X, I mean like going across your eyes. Make sure your eyes are closed. You don't want to get this in your eyes. That's it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. And that's all I have for today.